Jamie, in thinking about savings and investments for financial independence, you've made a point about thinking about the time horizon of your purchase. What did you mean by that?
So I think what you have to look at when you're making purchases, and this really ties into the investments you want to make down the road. If you're making purchases in the next 1 to 3 years, you really need to not invest that money in the stock market or in something that's sort of risky. You need to put that money in something that's more safe. So whether it's a certificate of deposit or whether it's an online high yield savings account, to make sure that the principal is still there, but yet you still get some yield on that so you can make a purchase. And those kind of purchases are, hey, I need to buy a car in the next year or do something like that. So short-term purchases, you need to have the cash available. Midterm purchases, right? This are probably 3 years to 10 years now. You'd probably need to have a mix of stocks and bonds. They call those balanced mutual funds. Those are the kinds of things that I know in about 5 years I want to put a down payment on a house, or I know that I'm going to get married, or there's going to be a wedding I have to help pay for. Those are the type of midterm experiences that you need to be able to put money away for the midterm. And then there's that long term where you're going to put money away for the long term. That's the retirement type funds, or the things that are between 10 and 30 years. That you need to be taking a little bit more risk on, probably all equities, to make sure you're putting yourself in a place so you can purchase what you want to purchase.
Now, that requires some discipline and me thinking that through. If I don't know that, or I'm uncertain, how should I think about my financial decisions?
Sure. So if you're not quite sure about it, then you should take sort of the middle road on that. And if you already have some investments, if you're retired from the military and you've got your income coming in from a pension, that's almost like a bond fund right there. So now you can actually push a little bit and get into equities. Most people don't understand the time horizon and the compounding returns associated with investment returns. I always use an example. When I was teaching up at West Point economics, people would buy one pizza a week. And I said, they're providing you free food. Why are you buying a pizza a week? Back then, it was about $10 a pizza. So when I started showing them that if you take $10 a week and put that to a month, $40 a month, $160 a month, $10 a week, $40 a month, $1,680 a year. What that turns into, if you grow that in a mutual fund over time, that can end up being well over $100,000 towards your retirement. So what I ask people to do is don't necessarily think that this is just a Starbucks purchase or a pizza purchase or something like that. You have to understand that each one of these purchases has an impact on your long-term returns. And each one contributes or detracts from that financial life you want to have down the road. We all have a vision of retirement, whether it's a second house or whether it's travel or any of those kinds of things. And all these decisions multiplied together are what determine whether or not you're going to be one of those that lives that life that you wanted, or one of those that is always looking and saying, I wish I would have done something differently.